Hello everyone and welcome to Torchlight 2 Rambles. This is a weekly series where pretty much every Tuesday, as far as I can, I will try and upload a new episode of Torchlight 2 and me rambling alongside of it of basically some life experiences that I've gone through, some stuff which is happening, maybe some important stuff with the channel. It's just a nice way for me to kind of jot down what's going down in my life because sometimes life can get ahead of you, so here it goes. All the footage in the background currently is pre-recorded. I just recorded it on my microphone off, that way you can hear the game sound and just frankly enjoy some gameplay, because I know some people would probably listen to this, some people would have something to watch with it. It's just something to go with it, which matches quite nicely. So what I'm going to start with here is just the game itself. Why do I love Torchlight 2? I actually pre-ordered Torchlight 2, and the reason why is because Diablo 3 was a massive thing. I played Diablo 2 when I was...
Just the way it was so slow because you had to grind the experience.
12? I don't know. I was fairly young. And yeah, I was absolutely in love with it. It's certain parts of Diablo which have just stuck with me, like the Butcher, the first time you actually meet Diablo, in the ending cutscenes especially. Yeah, it just kind of stuck with me, that kind of genre of hack and slash to gain loot. And there are very few games which do it very effectively, which I actually like, and Torchlight was one of them which kind of cropped up, and it kind of passed the indie scene and was just a very entertainingly good game. And I figured, you know, I'll go ahead and take a look at it, and so I purchased it. And at that time, Torchlight 2 was on its way out. So if you pre-ordered Torchlight 2, you would actually get a free copy of Torchlight, which is really nice. So I goes off and I play it. I enjoy it a lot. I played the Ranger class. Was it Ranger or Hunter? I'm not too sure what it was called. Really enjoyed it. It was quite intricate. There's a lot of understanding, a lot of depth to it, but it was very linear. There was no ability to break off away from what you actually wanted to do. So the thing which I figured with it was just play it through at my own pace, enjoy it, and yeah, I'd just pick it up and drop it when I could. And shortly after, about a month and a half later, Torchlight 2 comes out, and I pick it up, install it, play it on launch. I got through all the way to one of the later bosses in the first act of things, and yeah, it just became one of those games where I was like, right, so this is not too bad, but it kind of slipped away from me. And I picked it up again about 4 months later, this coming into 2014, and it was just one of those games where I was like, I had no drive for it by this point, because Diablo 3 came out and that butchered my hopes for things, because it was pretty terrible on launch. There was everything else which was going on. There was Dragon Age Inquisition cropping up, there was every other game which I loved to pieces, and then it got, as far as I remember, it was in February 2015 that I rechecked again, because I was looking for a game to play offline, because getting my router installed again because the last one broke, which meant we had no internet in the house for a while, so play a game offline. So Torchlight 2 was a pretty good idea. So yeah, what I did from there was I looked in the Steam modding community to see what was what, and there was like new pets you could have, and they looked really cool. There was new classes people had divided, new weapon drops, new dungeons. Everything was just so overwhelming to me, because of course I've never completed the base game, so I didn't know what was what. And I just kind of saw this one mod the other day, which was a double XP mod, and it was just from mobs, and I thought to myself, that's going to be really helpful if I want to go back into it, because that way I don't have to deal with the grindiness. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have to deal with the grindiness of what is a hack and slash kind of game. And to be honest, that was like one of the main reasons why I sat down and said, okay, yeah, I'll go and pick it up and play it again. Jeez, why not? And it kind of made me think, it was like, why did I stop in the first place? And the reason why was like, because I was originally going to record it for my old YouTube channel. I was like, oh, so what happened to that old YouTube channel, I wondered. And I had the old YouTube channel in secondary school, which is high school for Americans, except we graduate at 16, not 18. And yeah, at the time, everyone was kind of like, yeah, let's do YouTube channels, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the divide in school was the fact that where everybody wore a uniform, it was your personality which got judged. And everyone being the same, every little thing mattered in school. If you had studs, the way you had your hair, the way you looked, the way you acted, everything was so noticeable, and people would pick on you for it if you weren't careful. So I was a fairly quiet kid, very like, I like to think I'm smart in school. That's just what my teachers used to tell me, and like people. Yeah, like if the populace ever wanted help with like work or stuff, they would ask, and I would like give them a hand with things. But yeah, I wouldn't try and cause shit that I don't want to. And originally I had the YouTube channel, and no one in school knew about it apart from a couple friends, and I was wondering if I was to tell people in school what would happen. Would I maybe gain more subs? And about 2 days after this, saw a kid who I used to go to school with, obviously. He was bisexual then. I'm not sure if he still is or if he's actually gay now. And he got fairly harshly judged for it because he also wasn't the most attractive guy in the world to a lot of girls. And he got picked on quite a lot because he also had a lisp. So there was a lot of stereotyping and some slight homophobia. And looking back on it, that's actually a really horrible experience for him to go through. Yeah, he uploaded a video of him singing songs, actually. Fairly modern songs as well. Off the top of my head, I think one of the ones he sung was Adele songs. He sung Skyfall and some of the others. But yeah, he posted it on his Facebook, and where most of us in school had each other's Facebooks, it got leaked very quickly, and there was a lot of hate he got for it as well. And it became to this point where I actually felt almost scared that if somebody was to see a YouTube video of mine and hate it, would I deal with that kind of bullying, for example? And would I want that, because that's somewhere I have to go 5 days a week and deal there for 8 hours a day of just shit, basically. And it got to this point where I was like, that's really not what I want, and I just kind of scared myself out of doing YouTube because of this, and I kind of regret it in a way, because after that incident I ended up getting really, really bad memory loss from post-traumatic stress disorder, and it was really weird, and just not knowing anything for 12 years of your life past that. Like, I mean, you don't know when like you're 1 through 4 anyway, in my opinion, so like that doesn't count, but from ages like 6 onwards, I just have so little memory. Like, I don't remember what my dad looks like. I don't remember so much stuff. I don't remember what school was like for the most part. Apart from the fact that it was very much just keep your head down and try and interact properly rather than be a massive freak, which for me is actually incredibly hard because I'm a little bit random. Yeah, it was difficult, but not impossible, and just kind of wish, now I look back on it, that if I was to do YouTube I would have something to remember myself. Instead I nuked my account and deleted all my videos because I was too afraid of people looking at them. I don't know. I think personally I should just stick with things no matter what, because if I was ever to lose my memory again, I want something to be able to look back on and say, oh shit, yeah, I did that. The Fallout 3 You Only Live Once run, and kind of part of the New Vegas run that I did, but I don't have recorded. It's like, that's an achievement to me. Being able to go back through a game I love and do something that's so freaking hard and have that on record would be amazing. And it just proves to me that I do have that level of skill, personally. And then it's just one of those things where I can sit back through and I don't actually have to play through something in order to remember it. I just have those memories. certain things which happen in games that you just need to have your record on because you have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, there's a part later on in Fallout which hasn't been uploaded yet, which I'm so glad I haven't recorded because it was just so wacky of what happened. It happens in Minefield, I'll put it that way. So yeah, so how do I feel about doing YouTube now though? Doing YouTube now is a different cup of tea. And if you don't know what that means, it's a British term for saying it's something different completely to what the original was. And in that case, well, I just want to take it how it comes. The plan here was never to get famous. It was a place for me to have my little thing, or maybe enjoy it, and then just refer to it as and when I can, and just enjoy it. So it's so weird. I can't explain half of it, but it's like YouTube is something which I enjoy. It's not something I want to do to get famous. It's something I want to do because I have fun with stuff, and there's so much stuff which you just don't ever see. Yeah, like you see it once and then you have no proof. Having that record is just amazing. And then there's like live streaming as well, so you have everyone there with you as you're going through it. Sorry, just took a drink. It is literally just an amazing experience which you can only really live through once, and that is kind of what I realised after losing my memory. And it's a massive pain in the ass. And I don't want to go through that again. I want to know what I've done, I want to enjoy it, and I want to cringe at myself later. It's fun. It's not because I want fame, it's not because I want the money, no. I want to be a normal human being. Not some famous jockey. Although, if that ever happens and I watch this video back, I'd be like, I was an asshole. Yeah, it was like, I think the main reason why I stopped doing YouTube was school. And my life kind of changed at this time, because my original YouTube channel, which isn't the one I'm currently uploading on, which is still around actually, I still got YouTube videos on, on that channel there is a video of me doing Salt Horizon. That's actually the video which, when I was recording it, there is a jump cut. And the reason why is because I paused the game because I told my current girlfriend, before she was my girlfriend, I basically confessed to her. So that's a thing. I remember that very well. I watched that video recently and I was like, that's when I told you. And it's actually timestamped the day before our anniversary because I asked her out the day later. So it's a very special moment. Very, very special. Yeah, we went to school together. That's how we met. And I kind of had this thought in my head, which was, would I rather be a YouTuber and spend my time playing games, recording, editing, and YouTubing, or do I, enjoy a relationship? Bearing in mind I was 15, and it was one of those moments where it's like, what do I want to do here? Do I want to be in this relationship? Do I want to commit to this? And as a 15-year-old, you think, what is a commitment? And I just kind of got to this point where I was like, fuck it, I'll be in a relationship. And I put a lot of effort into it, and she did too. And we got to know a lot about each other. And I gave up YouTube completely because of it. Yeah, that's basically how we got together in short, and how the relationship went. I kind of put her first before anything, and then it also didn't help that we were going into our final year of school, so you had, GCSEs, your exams, and at that point I was one of those kids who was very afraid of working as like a janitor, cleaning shit out of a toilet. So I put a lot of focus into my exams and trying to get the best possible result I could. And surprise, surprise, I actually did get the best possible result that I could hope for, which is I passed everything but geography, because I'm I was terrible at geography. I literally walked in, I wrote my name on the paper, I answered 3 questions, and I just drew on the back of the paper. And yes, that's an exam. The reason why is because you can't not turn up for them because you get disqualified, and yeah, you know the rules. Yeah, so it was very, very difficult and weird. The time I have now, of course, is because I'm in college, and we're in something known as a vocational college. And what that means is it's a 3-day course, sometimes more, 4 or 5 days, depending on what course you're taking. And this can range from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night. And then you've also got night classes, which can go up to 7:30 PM, depending on what you do. So, the plan for basically what college was 3 days in, 4 days out, to do the rest of your work at home. Bearing in mind that I can do most of my work in the 3 days I'm out, which is after college. I figured it just leaves me with so much time, and then I can spend 1 day playing all of the games which I'm recording, and then I just edit them when I have free time. It's really simple. And I'm really sorry, by the way, for like all of the weird recording equipment and stuff. Like the fraps issue I was had on Fallout 3, it's so annoying. I switched over to XSplit. XSplit unfortunately only records in 720p and 30 FPS. So I lose a lot of quality, but I get a lot more quantity. And considering I wasn't able to get quantity at all with fraps, it's quite a nice cut down. I will see about taking a look at maybe Bandicam or something. I don't really want to play subscription, I just want to pay like a one-time fee for something. Because subscriptions, it's like I could spend 2 months without recording, but I could still upload every week. And for that reason I don't want to have to fork out another $15 every other week. So it's like, every other month is what I should say. Yeah, as I said, I'm really sorry. I'm currently recording my mic with Audacity. And I record gameplay with XSplit. However, the recordings I've done with Deus Ex, Torchlight, no, not Torchlight, Deus Ex, Fallout, and something else, I have done, unfortunately, with the XSplit mic inbuilt, so it's very hard to tell what's gone wrong, and there will be a lot of points where things might seem a little bit off audio levels wise, because I'm going to try and salvage a lot of it, because it's hard to tell what's going on during recording. But it's all just testing out. It's been so long since I've done YouTube, and I've had so much new equipment. I'm using Astro A40s, completely new computer, dual monitor setup, different speakers, different everything. It's like the only thing that hasn't changed, I'm still using Audacity. I have a feeling there might be a problem with Fraps itself though, so I'll take a look at it personally, maybe uninstall it, nuke it, and then reinstall it. Yeah, it's one of these things where, and yeah, by the way, I'm very sorry for Torchlight 2 here. The audio for Rambles will probably be just uncut pure audio, like as it is now, without me editing it. So otherwise it wouldn't be a ramble, it would be a scheduled event or some bullshit. The other thing which I've basically been thinking about is where do I want to go with the channel, because I mean uploading Fallout every other Saturday, every Saturday, it's a bit boring for a channel. I mean, don't come here once a week. I want there to be a little bit more on the channel, so games which are coming is Deus Ex Human Revolution, You Only Live Once. That's a mouthful. Crisis 2. I'm gonna try and do stealth in that game, but I have not played that game in forever. What else is there? I'm actually gonna have to go and check. Dragon Age Inquisition, that's another thing which is coming. 2 seconds and let me check. Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing a SimCity playthrough. We got some Agario stuff we recorded for some fun. I have a couple of friends who want to go and play Prop Hunt. There's the new Star Wars expansion which is coming out next month. And I'll think about maybe recording that, because that's a game I personally love to death. I have every possible character at max level apart from 2 now in that game. And as people who are very close friends with me know, as well as a lot of my old guild know, I'm very much somebody who is an alcoholic, which is the alcoholic version of somebody who makes too many characters in games. And it was one of those games where I just fell in love with it. You kind of got past the monotony of it, and you just sit down, put on something to watch on the other screen. Personal favourites are Archer, Warehouse 13, and Doctor Who. I personally love Doctor Who. Just sit down and watch them all, and enjoy your life. Yeah. The music on in the background, which I'm currently listening to while recording, by the way, which is why I'm slightly stuttering, is I'm listening to the Fallout New Vegas soundtrack, and because I've actually purchased the game, if you get it on Steam, there is actually the music folder left in there, so you get that for free, which is kind of nice. I might put in some of the violin orchestra over the background of this, just to keep it nice and relaxing for you guys. I love the soundtrack of Fallout New Vegas, which is why I'm really tempted to go back through and do You Only Live Once playthrough again. Although the thought of that is very, very sour in my mind. There's a bunch of other games I really want to record, like Valkyria Chronicles, Valkyria? I'm not sure how you pronounce Valkyria. It's not Valkyr, it's spelled differently. I am also a massive backer and fan of the game Subnautica. And the second we get a nice solid build for it, I will go through and do a playthrough of it. It's a sandbox game, so there's no storyline, so I have no idea how long that will run for. But the thing you need to bear in mind with that is it's still early development, it's still adding so much to it every other week, and that basically means I need to reset a world in order to have that new generation. And it just means that having a recorded series is very difficult, and I don't really want to go and get the hacked client to choose what build I'm running. So I think it's just a case of wait and see how things are going, and then just puddle through for But yeah, Subnautica is something I really want to go and do a playthrough. But the thing is, which me and Subnautica have a love-hate relationship, and the reason why is because I have, which is video hydrophobia. And that is a very, very retarded thing, which is phobia of water in video games. The reason why is because I'm still one of those people who is absolutely afraid of the fact that we know more about the moon, in and out, than we do about our own ocean. That is terrifying. Something which isn't on this planet, we know more about. That is generally... I will love to go through. As I said, I get very, very easily terrified from these kinds of things, and it can get to the point where I will actually just hit the escape button and nope all the way out of the game. Personally, it took me, I had to turn on God mode and sit down for 30 minutes with just swimming with Reaper Leviathans in order to get this phobia out of my head of these ginormous killers. It's terrifying in my opinion. The fact that you are on a planet of entirely water where only 3 things don't want to kill you, freaky as shit to me. And like there is depths of 600 meters worth of water. It's terrifying for me. But, as I said, it's an experience, and it's definitely a personality of me which I would love to have on record, because I have no idea what I'd be like. Cringy, probably. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to ramble about today. Thank you for sticking with me through Torchlight 2 Rambles, and I hope you have a lovely day. If you have any problems, feel free to message me, leave a comment, follow me on Twitter, so on and so forth. Just enjoy your days, enjoy your weeks. Remember, if you have any problems at all, just leave a comment or send me a private message. Bye.